Aries. Aries symbol. It's best to avoid pushing something you can't change today, dear Aries, and know when to conserve energy. If you face unresponsiveness or defensiveness in others, you might consider waiting for a better day to tackle complicated issues, as blockages are likely now. In turn, you're more sensitive to blockages. However, you're in great shape to process or review matters, particularly about happiness goals or your social life, and come up with ideas along these lines. A friend from the past may reappear in your life, or you could come to a new understanding of an old friendship. Taurus. Taurus symbol. Plans will not move forward at lightning speed right now, dear Taurus, but your personal life could certainly bring rewards if you resign yourself to this idea. In fact, it's an excellent time to gain a fresh perspective on business projects, decisions, or ideas. Think in terms of recycling or reviving old projects or ideas for best results now. You might feel a little torn between applying yourself to a challenging project or problem and enjoying some fun time. Instead, you could feel blocked, but slowing down may be just what you need for now. Getting chores and duties out of your way could make the most sense so that you can dive into a project or relationship guiltlessly later. Gemini. Gemini symbol. You could arrive at a new understanding of past matters today, dear Gemini. Your musings can be fertile ground for ideas that are likely to have staying power. It could be a time for rediscovering an old interest. The moon spends the day in your sector of play, romance, and creativity, boosting your sense of fun. However, a Mars-Saturn conflict can stir up some feelings of resentment, especially if you feel others are blocking your path or restricting you, but you need to touch base with your actual needs before pressing forward. It's a good idea to aim to do so before making big plans or pushing for something. Cancer. Cancer symbol. Today's moon tends to stir up a desire in you to stick close to home or with familiar people and places, dear Cancer. Disagreements today tend to be due to underlying competitiveness. It might be too early to share certain plans. Allowing them to mature before sharing might help strengthen your motivation. A fresh perspective on a personal matter can emerge early today. You can be quite preoccupied but could be making some critical discoveries now. As the day advances, there may be delays to manage, and you could be battling distractions or unrest. It makes sense to pace yourself today, as you have some loose ends to tie up before pressing ahead. Leo. Early today, there can be thinking that illuminates a relationship matter, dear Leo. You're looking at something, or someone, from the past in a new way. Even without having all the facts or answers, this can start some serious rethinking of matters. Conversations can also be notable, giving you much food for thought. Pushing ahead is not advised today with a Mars-Saturn minor challenging aspect in play. While you can be anxious to get going on a new plan or throw yourself into something, you need to work out a few practical points first, so pace yourself as much as possible now. Virgo. This is not a day for pushing your agenda, dear Virgo. Roadblocks faced today could be self-imposed, coming from within, and worth examination. Early today, there continues to be good energy for rediscovering old project ideas and interests. You might gain critical insight into a work or health issue. As the day advances, it may be best to resist pressure to make a decision. Your needs for independence and forward motion can feel a bit at odds with your desire for some comfort and predictability, but if you pace yourself, you may find ways to attend to both needs in small but satisfying ways. Libra. Today's moon is in your sign all day, dear Libra, and the focus is on you, your plans, and your emotional needs. Aside from some possible irritability, the day should be good for pursuing your interests. Still, it's best not to go for instant gratification. Instead, reflection can be beneficial. You might gain new ideas or insight into a creative or romantic matter. Reviewing old ideas can lead to a positive recycling experience, as new methods can come to light that can be very important in the months to come. It can be challenging to focus at times today, but you'd do well to block out unnecessary distractions. Scorpio. Aim to take more time to arrive at conclusions, dear Scorpio, as you're likely missing some information. Also, prepare for the possibility of adjusting your plans, as wires can get crossed today and plans can turn around. However, good energy is with you to take a fresh look at family and home life matters. You may feel blocked from pursuing your desires later today. However, you would do well for yourself to conserve energy until you have the confidence to go full speed ahead. The moon spends the day in your privacy sector, emphasizing the need for some level of emotional retreat. You see more layers to a situation, which helps you gain a sense of peace. Sagittarius. There can be helpful reflections about the past or tricky topics today, dear Sagittarius. Ideas that come to you now, particularly about areas ruled by the third house, learning, mental interests, communication, neighbors, connections, and siblings, can be especially notable. As brilliant as your ideas are, it's better to conserve energy today than push forward prematurely or follow false leads. A Mars-Saturn influence can lead to a feeling of some restriction or frustration in your interactions with others, and you may feel a little divided between following someone's directions and going your own way. Aim to do your duties and be done with them so that you can concentrate on what excites you. Capricorn. You're in a great position to review a situation that has bothered you in the past, dear Capricorn, now with more clarity. When it comes to money, business, valuables, talents, and personal possessions, your ideas can be golden. Watch for hypersensitivity and quick reactions when patience will serve you far better. A Mars-Saturn conflict can prompt some frustration, as you could be feeling restricted from going after what you want. Aim to slow down before you rev up. As ambitious as you feel, you need to pace yourself and get your duties out of the way. You tend to fare better behind the scenes on some level at the moment. Aquarius. If you can center yourself today, dear Aquarius, it's a great time to review recent decisions and ideas. Observations you make now can lead to new ideas, improvements, or other developments that you could put into action later. Consider that people hear you loud and clear today, but they don't necessarily see the whole picture. You may feel like you are spinning your wheels at times today, wondering if you should be doing something more exciting. Still, it's best to get your responsibilities out of the way before throwing yourself into something new. Fortunately, the moon spends the day in your sector of the higher mind, and you're ready to consider the bigger picture. Pisces. There could be a secret revealed, a eureka moment, or you could otherwise be seeing old problems or a past matter in a very revealing new light today, dear Pisces. Your ability to support or advise others can be prominent. Still, you can feel somewhat torn between pursuing your goals or ambitions and allowing yourself time to socialize or catch up with someone. While both needs are important to you now, it's probably best to pour a bit of extra energy into your relationships since they can give you the sustenance to return to your pursuits refreshed. Courage will build after some self-doubt or uncertainty today, and it's best to conserve energy for more confident times.